Hello, hello. Welcome to another Sunday Sprints, the last one of April, which is crazy. So we'll see what this one brings. I have a ton of stuff here on the table in front of me to show and do during the sprints. So I think that'll be a lot of fun. And yeah, we'll just kind of see how this one goes. I have big things that I want to get done during sprints. I need to do some printing, and then this bookshelf behind me, which is actually two bookshelves, I'm going to start going through those because we are getting to the end of our school year, and I have literally just been like shoving crap in there all year long. So we'll see how the sprints go. But it is a nice cloudy, cool Sunday, so it is perfect to just be here and hang out. I am going to open a nice little sparkling water. Ooh, that was loud. This is blackberry lemonade. So, man, I've got my husband at IKEA right now looking for some things that we wanted, but of course they don't have them in stock. So let me text him. Never fails. We found like the perfect things that we wanted from IKEA. And so I sent him back on his own so that he can load stuff into the car. And they don't have it. Rookie mistake. We should have looked first. But, oh well. Oh yeah. Let me have a sip of this. Yum. I also have we got these at Trader Joe's this week, and they are sour strawberry candy belts. They're really good, and I like that Trader Joe's typically doesn't put gelatin in their like gummy candies because I am vegan, and I started learning this past year that even like gelatin bothers my stomach. So that is no fun. All right. I didn't have one. Let's see. They are really good. Yep. It was one of those like walking through Trader Joe's and seeing the new things that they had, and they had these. So, yep. That is yummy. All right. Before we start our first sprint, so I showed this in my day in the life of a homeschool mom video that I had go up this past week. But this is my binder for everything. So this is where I'm going to put all of those like loose worksheets that we're going to use for like notebooking. And so I just need somewhere to put them until we use them. So I have that. Or like our weekly planning pages that won't fit in my planner and stuff like that. I'm going to be able to put them in here. So this is what I have set up. I just have, I think 8 tabs, but I think I have more tabs that I can put in here. I have some blank ones in the front. Let me see. What is here? This is not a new curriculum. This is the, what is it called? Oh, History of the Occult. So I was able to put all of those pages into here. So as we do some of those occult studies, we can pull them out and he can glue them into his notebook and have it be like that. So during sprints, I'm going to be printing more things. I had to get more printer paper, of course. And then my printer, I love that it doesn't use a ton of ink. I have the Epson EcoTank one. I've had it for years. I think I've had it since 2001 or 2021. So it has printed a lot for me. But you know, sometimes the communication between my laptop and the printer doesn't want to happen. So it just takes a while to get things to print, which is annoying. But I think during the sprint, I'm going to set it to print stuff, and then I will start going through the bookcases. And to help me, I have a little sheet here so that I can go through different curriculums and see what pages I want to print. So I can just have a running list. So eventually when my printer prints stuff, I can be ready to print more and then sit there and wait forever, because that is how that happens. But how is everybody's weekend going? We've had a decent weekend. What have we done? What did we do yesterday? Oh, yesterday I read a ton. Yesterday was the live show for the Art Booked Book Club, and we were talking about A Secret History of Witches. So that was a great conversation, and I really enjoyed that book. I gave it a solid 4 stars. But I had to finish reading it yesterday morning. So I devoted a lot of time yesterday to reading that, and then did the live show, and then kept reading. I was just in a reading mood. So let me show you what I am currently reading. I have been reading it for a long time, but I had to set it down so I could read other books. So I have Assassin's Quest by Robin Hobb. I think that far through into it. Maybe I read a little bit more last night. But I had to set it down and get some book club books done. And so I am really excited to be back in this. I am loving this series. This is the 3rd book in the first trilogy. And so I will definitely be going on. So good. So I think while I am like printing stuff and going through the bookcases in the first sprint, I am going to put my headphones on and listen to some of that, because it's just so good. And I have so many books to continue when I'm done. Yesterday, I just filmed my May possibilities of books. So yeah, I've got a lot of books, but I think it'll be good. I have a stack of books that I'm going to do for a reading vlog. And really, once I get this finished, I'm going to start that reading vlog. So I'm excited. Somehow April just has gotten away from me, and I did not get as much reading done as I was hoping to. But in that, I didn't get a reading vlog made. But, you know, that's just how it happens sometimes. I am knee-deep in finishing up our school year, which is rapidly approaching. I think we have 4 weeks left, and I am like knee-deep in homeschool planning for next year, because I'm really, really hoping in the next week, maybe, this coming week, I will sit down and film curriculum videos, which there's a lot. I'm excited. I think that I am picking some really good things that my kids will like. So hopefully that'll go well. And you can see behind me in my printing of my curriculum, I am also binding all sorts of curriculum. So those supplies are just hanging out there while I do that. All right. So I have talked a lot. What are you planning on doing during our first reading sprint? Um, or not reading sprint, whatever you want to do sprint. I think sometimes homeschool planning is always a good one to do. Reading, enjoying some nice quiet. That's kind of what I'm doing. So I think it'll be good. Yeah, I've got all kinds of stuff that I need to print off. But yeah, I had just bought a new thing of printer paper and I've already used it. So I had to buy more yesterday. So now I'm ready to keep going with my printing. All right. I think on that note, we might start our first sprint. May as well. I'm not sure how many sprints I'm going to do today. I don't know. At least 2. We'll kind of see. How many minutes do we want? We want... Let's do 30 minutes for our first sprint. I'll do it. There. And we'll see how that goes. So let me get that up onto stage. Awesome. Sorry, hang on. I'm looking at layouts. I wish I could. Can I swap? Oh. No. Sorry, you guys have to go along with me on this. I don't know what I just did. Set to stage. I don't know why I'm blue now on this. Ah, there. Okay. I'm not going to mess with it. That's just how it's going to be. So I'm going to set it for 30 minutes and get some stuff done and see how our first sprint goes. So let me start. All right. We are back from our first sprints. That was amazing. I got quite a bit done. I have made a lot of piles here on the floor. So that was good. All right when we started sprints, Homeschooling with Ginger asked if she could ask a homeschool question. Absolutely. If you are still here, please ask away and I will try to answer if I can. Sorry, we had just gone on sprints. But all right, so during sprints, I have been able to print a little bit. It takes forever. Like I'm waiting for it to currently print more. I don't know what is going on with my printer right now. It's really frustrating. But then the things that I did have printed, I was able to put some of it into my binder. And then, yeah, I started going through everything over here. So I actually have, there it is, an open cubby. So that is great. And then, I don't know, you guys want to see what I'm getting rid of? Some old curriculum. Usually, here goes my printer. Of course. Usually our co-op does like a curriculum swap. And so I'll probably take all of this there and see if anybody wants it. But let me move some stuff around and then I'll show you what it is. Oh, somehow a big table just isn't enough space. Okay. Sorry, the printer is super annoying. It's only like 4 sheets. Okay, but I have 2 Life of Fred books. We used these with my oldest before he was old enough for Denison pre-algebra, and we were really struggling through math. And so in the spring, we put really formal math curriculum aside, and he just used these. We're not going to need them anymore, so somebody else can use them. My oldest, he also used, I don't like this company, but it worked for him. But this is BJU Press Math 5. So I don't need that anymore because I am almost not going to have an elementary school kid anymore, which is crazy. I have Math with Confidence, the Teacher's Edition, 3rd grade and 4th grade. So those will go on to somebody. Let's see. This is, Writing with Ease, level 4. I don't think I'd be able to get my youngest to do this. It does have some good stuff in it. I think I'm going to get rid of it though. And then these, I'm not sure what to do with printed curriculum that I bought. But I have level 3 of Build Your Library. We've done it. I don't have younger kids to use it. Story of the World, Early Modern Times. Again, we've used it. I don't have any other kids that would use it. And then Scientific Connections through Inquiry. This is level 3. We tried using this right like at the beginning of a year, quite a few years ago, and pretty quickly learned that it was not going to work for us. So that is a nice stack of curriculum that I'm going to be getting rid of, which I'm super excited about. Let me hide that. All right. So I took off that comment, but if Homeschooling with Ginger, if you come back, please put your comment in the comment section again, and I will try to answer it. And let me write that in now. Okay, that's done. All right, let me move the stack of curriculum off the table, and then I have some other stuff that I can show you. little sneak peek of one of the curriculums that we're going to be using this fall. It's not going to be a surprise, so I'm not really giving anything away. Okay, I have a stack of books here that I'm going to show. So surprise, surprise, my oldest is going to be in 10th grade, and he is going to be using some of Build Your Library. So that's a little bit of a spoiler. He's not using all of it. And when I do my big, huge video, I will talk about what we are going to use and how we're going to use it. But I have started ordering some books. I think just about all of them, maybe this one isn't, but I think all the others are used because I try to buy used as much as possible. So the first one that I think I want to read also, this is Femina, A New History of the Middle Ages through the women written out of it. This looks phenomenal. I am so excited. Vikings, Saints, and Kings, a patriarchal society that oppressed and excluded women. But when we dig deeper into the truth, we can see that the Dark Ages were anything but. Super exciting. Then I have 24 Hours in Ancient Rome. Again, I think I want to read this one. This is a day in the life of the people who lived there. So get to know the real Rome during a compelling 24 hours in the lives of the people who lived there. From a slave to a senator, a Vestal virgin to a gladiator, a schoolboy to a spice trader. These are the ordinary individuals who bring this ancient city vividly to life. So cool. And there's another one. I think I had to get, it's Ancient Egypt. I think it's going to look. Yeah, I think I want to read this summer. It looks so cool. But I am going to go ahead and take the thrift book sticker off. Hang on, I have to let a cat back in. They keep coming in and out. Come on. All right, the next one is 1066, the Year of the Conquest. So again, he'll be reading that. I'm going to take the thrift books sticker off. Yeah, we've talked about 1066 in History Quest before, but he'll be obviously diving a little bit deeper into it. We'll see how he likes this book. It looks pretty dense. Maybe I'll read it also because I do love this kind of history. All right, our next one is World History and Documents, a Comparative Reader. So this is a whole book filled with all kinds of documents, which I think is fantastic. The Gunpowder Empires. Interesting. Nationalism. There's a whole bunch of that. So that'll be good. One of his main spines is this DK. It's the history book, Big Ideas Simply Explained. So, I mean, we are huge lovers of DK books. Millie, what are you doing? And this looks like it will have, it still has that like pictures, but maybe a little bit more text on the page. So kind of like that. One of the huge spines that is in Build Your Library are these books. They are The Cartoon History of the Universe. So this is the first book, and it really is cartoons, which I think my rising 10th grader is absolutely going to love. So right now I have the first one, and I also have the third one. I am still looking for a decent price for the second one. And the last book that I have is this gigantic book. And this is Smithsonian DK, History of the World Map by Map. This looks so cool. This came in and my 5th grader immediately saw this and was like, I want to look through that. So I love these books. They're so cool. So I think that'll be a really good resource to use next year. So what I'm going to do right now with these books is I have this little baggie. I put on the books on the spine. Millie, what are you trying to do? Hang on, she wants to go back out. Go. Do you want to go, Charlie? Or are you going to stay here? Okay. Let me find an example. Okay. So this is a Build Your Library book that he's using this year. So I put washi tape on the side, and then I label it with the number. And that has been really helpful because now we have level 6, 7, and 9 that will be on our shelves. And then I'm adding level 10. So, yeah. Yes, not quite good morning, but good morning. Oh, I'm glad you were able to come on. Yeah, luckily there's replays. And then Sapiens. This is probably one of his favorite resources that he's been using this year. This is volume 2. He's also done volume 1. And I mean, come on. What kid doesn't love this type of book? And so he's been having a lot of fun doing that. All right, so I'm going to pick a washi tape that is going to be our level 10 washi tape and start doing that. I don't know what's a good one. I have like very traditional looking ones. I don't really want that. I have light green. Yeah, so they have like the regular ones, but then they also have the graphic novel ones, and that's the ones that Build Your Library uses. So, I mean, perfect. Learn history through a graphic novel. If this kind of yellowy, which would kind of go with my colors for this coming year. None of them are super speaking out to me. And I also have this one, which may be good for level 10. Maybe we'll do this one. It does. Graphic novels beat like a boring textbook every day. So, it makes it worth it that if we can include things like this or any kind of amazing DK books where there's lots of color and graphics as well, then I don't feel so bad about adding in like a little boring book. That will be very informative. So, kind of that happy medium. All right, so I'm going to sit here and do this, and I'll show you what it looks like. Sometimes they have to be like redone. They fall off during the year, but that's why I kind of keep this tape on hand. So there we go. And then I will let me grab a Sharpie. And So there we are. And it just helps me. The kids don't even really care or notice, but it's good. It's a public high school teacher, many special education and English language learners. They really are. Like the amount of history that my kids have learned, even like outside of curriculum, has always been amazing because they are much more bound to like pick up a graphic novel and sit there and read it on their own than any other form of like history book. So I love when there's tools like that. I swear. Millie, my little gray and white cat, she just keeps wanting to come in and out. She might just have to sit there and wait for a second. All right, let me do another of these books, and then we might go ahead and start our next sprint. Let's see. During the next sprint, I think I am going to kind of continue what I was doing. Keep printing some stuff. Maybe I'll actually put my headphones on and listen to my book. I kind of enjoyed the peace and quiet, and I, play little music on here while I'm muted. And so I was kind of listening to that also. And it was just kind of nice and peaceful. Yeah, 10. So that is what I'm going to do. What are you guys planning on doing during our next reading? I keep saying reading sprint. It's not. It's whatever you want to do sprint. So let me know in the comments what you are planning. It is a good day to just kind of sit here and get some stuff done. Ooh, this one's really small to write on. Yeah. Done. All right. On that note, I'm going to finish, I don't know, it's not tabbing. I don't know what you would call this, but putting the number on this and keep printing some stuff. And then I will be back. I think 30 minutes was pretty good. It was able to give me like a good chunk of time to get some stuff done. So I think that's what I'm going to do again. So yeah, let me start getting that all set up. Yep. Our kitty cat is all ready to go. All right. On that note, I will see you all back in 30 minutes. All right. Oh, let me turn off the music. There we are. Done with our second sprint. I tell you what, that 30 minutes really, like, I can get quite a bit done. So I was just printing off a couple of cover sheets for different curriculum that we are going to be using. One of them being little poetry. I don't even know. I got these from Teachers Pay Teachers. Let's see, does the original document say? Musings from the middle school. And we have been using these forever because they can color them in, and there's all kinds of different shapes that they can have. So musings for middle school. We love these, and I just use them whenever I need like a blank cover sheet for something. Which, yes, right here. It'll be for poetry. Hi, Charlie. Hi. Jeez, these cats, they're starting to get hungry, but their food doesn't go off until 4. So, yeah. They're just being pests right now. I love Teachers Pay Teachers too. I mean, gosh, the amount of times that I use it for our homeschool, but then I've also been using it a ton this semester for my co-op class, which is for 3 to 5-year-olds, and it's all about weather. And the amount of things that I've been able to find on Teachers Pay Teachers has been amazing. So I always shout my love for them from the rooftops. Also, I'm so glad that you're here and that you're able to catch it. I have a lot of fun hosting these. It really gives me like that set time of like, I'm going to sit here and get some stuff done. And then sit here and chat too. So that always works. Oh, my kids are home. I got to close the door quickly. All right. It's been nice. The house has been super quiet because my husband took my kids out for a little bit. But now they are home. So, all right. I think what we're going to do in a little bit, we'll do one more sprint. So let me know, what have you guys been able to get done during the sprints? Yeah, like I said, I've been able to get a lot done during the sprints. I think during the last sprints, because I'm pretty done now going through stuff, I've gone through the curriculum ones here, and then I have had just a pile of crap sitting on top of my printer that I just needed to go through. So that's what I finally did, and it felt really good. Now I don't have just a pile of crap sitting on top of my printer, which could be why my printer is not liking me. Are you licking my phone? I don't know if you can see. Yeah, Charlie was just licking my phone. All right. So what I think I'm going to do for the next sprint is I'm going to start getting some homeschool planning done for this coming week. So let me find what it is, because it's probably going to take me a little bit to get my printer to print. Forget what I named it. It's always the big question is, what did I name it when I saved it? Should probably come up with a better way of doing this. Oh, I think it's this one. Yep. All right. The only changes is my 5th grader has finished his handwriting workbook. So I think we're going to change that to typing. And that's fine. He can do typing 4 days a week. All right. Let's see. Can I get entire workbook? All right. We'll see how long that takes to print. You never know. It actually printed pretty quickly. So if you missed the video, I did a whole it's never too late to change your schedule. And I found inspiration from the Mindful Homeschooler. She did a video, I think in November, talking all about setting up her week for her kids. And I like it. So I'll show you what that looks like blank. And then, I think I might spend this next sprint filling it in and getting it all ready to go for this week. All right, so this is for my 5th grader. So his schedule is just laid out. I just go in and write underneath what the page numbers are. And so he and I can both easily see throughout the day what he's doing. And then this is for my 9th grader. His subjects tend to take longer, so he has less on the page. And again, I can just go in and fill in what we're going to be doing. So I think I'm going to be doing that and get a nice little start on that and hopefully make some more progress with printing. Because basically I've kind of done all the top. I have all this at the bottom and more. So I think that'll be good. What are you guys going to do for the last sprint? Let me know in the comments. And are you ready for the new week and everything going on in your new upcoming week? I think I am. We'll see. We'll see how this week goes. You never know. All right, get my clipboard so I can add on our schedule pages. All right. On that note, I think we're going to go ahead and get this last sprint started. I'm going to do 30 minutes again, maybe 20 minutes. What do you guys think? Real Science Odyssey, Earth and Environment. Yep. Yeah, that would be good. That's what I've always heard, that's a really good age to start that. We've never had Real Science Odyssey work fully for us, but that's us. Science is hard for our household, but good time to look into that. All right, I think I'm going to set it for 20 minutes this time, because that'll take us to just about a little over 3 o'clock, which I think that'll work. What do we use instead? We've used all kinds of stuff. This year we were testing out Science Chunks, which is from Elemental Science. And it was okay. We actually stopped using it though, paused on using it. And we were doing kind of an engineering unit. And then he's been doing science. He's actually been doing 2 sciences in his co-op. So he's been doing that. We've kind of dabbled in everything. I am going to be using something different next year. So we'll see. I know. I've always wanted to really like elemental science, and it's just always kind of missed the mark. But I think like every science has always kind of missed the mark for us. So I don't know. I need like a little bit open and go, easy to use science um, that comes with lab stuff, like easy labs that you can do, get it done easily, and has all the supplies. And that doesn't always happen for secular science. So we are going to use something different next year that is not elemental science or real science odyssey. So hopefully in the next week or two, you'll be able to see what that is. Yeah, it's hard. I think it's the hardest subject to figure out in secular homeschooling is science, because I think I like the layout of some of the religious ones, but obviously for many reasons we would never use them. So that really narrows it down. So it's a tough one, but I mean, if you can make it work somehow, good luck. All right. On that note, I'm going to start the timer again, and I'm going to go 20 minutes. So that'll take us a little past 3 o'clock now. And we will get going on that. All right. See you in 20. Alrighty. We are back. Oh, good. Yeah, not always ready for a new week, but glad that the sprints are helping you. Yeah, that's what I did during this sprint. I almost finished filling out for my fifth grader. I was also looking, we just need some like fun spring writing activities. So I was hoping to find a free one. I might have something saved that he could do. It's a little bit of like free writing kind of stuff and it gives some prompts. Maybe that's kind of what he needs. So I might look into what I already have. But yeah, got stuff written out. So off camera, I will finish filling out all of their information and we will be ready for the week. I was able to get a couple more things printed. Oh, I'm so excited. I can't wait to start showing you all curriculum that we have for next year. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. All right. I was able to get that stuff off. All right. On that note, I think we're done with our last sprints. So, do you feel somewhat prepared for this week? I kind of do. Ooh, WriteShop makes free monthly writing prompts. I'm going to have to go check that out. All right, let me write a note. We've never used WriteShop, but that could be kind of fun. Let me see if I can find it quickly. Some kind of writing prompt activity. My oldest did it. Gosh, probably like the same age. And he really liked it. But my kids are very different with writing. My fifth grader, it's like torture. So, let's see. If I can't find it quickly, then oh well. I have a lot of stuff saved. Creative writing journal. Yeah. So there's a creative writing journal put out by Intentional Homeschooling. I think she has Chantel. She has a YouTube. I don't necessarily watch her YouTube as much anymore, but she does a lot of book stuff and homeschooling her kids. So maybe we need just a couple of those fun prompts. Where'd it go? Because there's things like write a story where you are a TV reporter, or make a list things that are not chocolate flavored that should be, or list compliments you can give to others. It was an accident, I promise. Continue the story. So, just kind of fun little writing prompts that maybe he and I can work on together to just hopefully get him a little bit more comfortable with writing. Write a story that involves a bouquet of flowers, a cat, and a bandit. Just fun little things. So we'll see. See what I can find for him to just do something. We are going into our 33rd week of school. So we are really towards the end. Now, both of my kids will be doing some stuff during the summer. Both of them have to finish math during the summer and some other stuff. So that's just going to be how it is this year. All right. On that note, this is where I'm going to end this live. Thank you all for stopping in and hanging out with me and getting some stuff done on sprints. I kind of like this like every other week doing this. So the plan is that I will do this again. What is that date going to be? Yeah, it's not going to be then. 2 weeks from now is May 10th, which is Mother's Day, and it's my anniversary. So that is not going to happen. So I will figure it out. Maybe we'll do it next weekend instead and then just skip and get back on schedule. I'm not sure. Next time I'm going to have a tracker of how many times I have to let my cats in and out of the schoolroom during the live. It has been nonstop the whole 2 hours and 10 minutes. All right. But thank you all so much for joining in today. I had a lot of fun. I am definitely going to be having some not live videos coming soon. This coming week is going to be my pile of possibilities for books for May. Then I will also sometime be wrapping up the month of April. So I've been doing it this year where I do homeschool, life, and books all in one video, and I wrap up a whole month. So that'll be coming. And then curriculum, like ready or not, I am not ready yet, but I will be. So on that note, I will see you all next time. And yeah, just keep a lookout for what I plan to do. Because 2 weeks from now won't work. But I will see you all next time. Bye.